Hello, everybody. How's it going out there in podcast land? Let me get my lower third up. If I can find it. There's one. And that's all I got for you. We'll scroll. Some housekeeping is down there, so I won't say anything aside from just read that, and that'll be helpful. Welcome to a live State of Love and Trust. It's a Pearl Jam podcast. I'm your host, Jason Kerepesi. And alongside me, as he always is, let's find the camera. Where is he? There he is. Are you cycling through Pens of Power?
I was cycling through Pens of Power. We're going to go with this one tonight.
All right. Love it. So, Paul, we are talking the Dark Matter Tour Spring 2025 edition tonight.
I am stoked. I'm so stoked I forgot to announce my own name when you cued it over to me. So
That's true. So say it now.
Paul Ghiglieri, coming right back at you. State of Love and Trust, Pearl Jam podcast. Let's talk Dark Matter Tour.
Love it.
Part D.
Oh, God. Any Hot Tubs references have to be made on the show. I will laugh. We're here having a great time. We are live on YouTube. If you're listening back to this audio only at some point, cool. It's not live, but it could be to you. So we are going to bring in some guests and get cracking because we are 48 hours from the spring edition. As I said, 11 dates. We're going to get into the heat of the meet. Maybe some special guests show up, Paul. Who knows?
Ah.
Huh?
I like it. A little
Okay.
tease.
Let's get our first guest in here. He's been here before. Dear friend of the show, friend in real life. It's Concert Pants. It's Shihan Pereira.
Hey.
Welcome.
The only thing better than Concert Pants online is Concert Pants in person. We all got to get together for another one of those live stream pre-show
Seriously.
get-togethers.
For sure.
Man,
We're going to do
Paul-
66% of it coming up.
There you go.
Let's get in our next guest. This guy has been on tour with My Morning Jacket recently. Also been on tour with Pearl Jam many times before. He also tours himself. Brackadow with a guitar. It's John Andrews. Hello, sir.
Hello.
It's your maiden
Thank you
voyage
for
on the pod.
Yeah.
It is.
John,
Thanks
we
for
are
having me
stoked to
on here.
have you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you so much.
Love it.
Now, Paul, you mentioned a live stream.
I did.
Did I fail to tell you that there will be one, but with only two of the three of us?
Only two of the three of us.
Hence
Are we
why I said 66%.
are we drawing Pens of Power to figure out who's in and who's out? How's this
No,
working?
it was a late. For anybody who doesn't know, I got a late green light to attend a show in this run. So wheels were in motion, things were happening, moving and shaking, and so I will be going to Nashville too on Thursday, May 8th. And so I said, "Who's going to be there? We got to do a pod." And Shihan said,
Hey,
"Hi."
we'll do it.
So let's announce it right now. Oop, where did it go? Oh, where did it go? There it is.
Oh,
look at
yes.
this.
Nice.
Look
at the
this.
two of you.
Look at that.
Heavyweight title
Hey,
match.
Ding, ding, ding. I
It-
wish I had a sound effect. Ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding.
I-
So there it
I-
is.
am I being replaced? That
Only-
Shihan,
No.
that is a I'm replacing Paul kind of pose. I don't know.
There
I
it
know, I
is.
took
It-
the hat off for that picture.
we both did our hair. That's the. heat
I
heat
love
here.
the Concert Pants and State of Love and Trust.
Yeah, that's a
Like
standoff
the
right there.
dichotomy between everything about
Mhm.
this is just outstanding. But it's-
Well, if you're gonna be at home during these shows, you can feel like you're there with us on Thursday, May 8th, right here on this YouTube channel. It's a part of the Wishlist Foundation's pre-party, as it usually is, and the venue is 6th and Peabody, at 6th and Peabody in downtown Nashville. So if you're in Nashville, come and see us live. If you're not, come to this channel and watch us. How about that?
Show.
Fun.
Great.
So let me go back to that.
Be a
There we
good
go.
time.
So anyways, let me get the notes, the graphics back. Okay, we got the scroll back. Make sure everybody knows we're live. There it is. Okay, now we're official. So boys, how the comments doing here? Hey Abby, hey Jason, how's it going? Let's get to it. So we've got 11 dates, and our first city, we're gonna go city by city, kind of shotgun style, real, and then we'll kind of go macro. So first stop is gonna be Fort Lauderdale. Oops, what did I just do there? Fort Lauderdale. So in time, they've only played Fort Lauderdale twice, and there's an asterisk there because they played Miami, Florida 4 times. But the last time they played Fort Lauderdale was in 2016. The previous time was in '96 on that No Code tour. After that, the boys go to Atlanta. They've been there 9 times before. September 22nd, 2012 was the last time. After that, John, you're going to it. Jazz Fest in New Orleans. They've done New Orleans 12 times before, the last of which was in 2016. That was also Jazz Fest. And they did Jazz Fest in 2010 as well. And then the aforementioned Nashville follows that 3 times before. The last time was on the Gigaton Tour in 2022. The asterisk here denotes that they played Third Man Records in 2006, 2016? 2006.
16, yep.
16? Is it 16?
Yep.
And so that wasn't included in this 3 numbers. So this is 3 plus the asterisk. And then after Nashville, they're going to Raleigh, North Carolina, only 3 times before. Last time was 22 years ago on the Riot Act Tour. Can you believe that? They did play.
There.
Were you there?
I was there.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So you'll have some better insight
Sweet.
onto this show than us. They have played Asheville in 2004, and they've played Greensboro, and they've played Charlotte a few times, but not Raleigh since 2003. And then finally, they are playing Pittsburgh, the Steel City, done it 8 times before. Last time was 2013. Really cool poster of somebody pouring molten hot steel into a guitar mold.
That's a great one.
So
It is a great one.
let's get into. I have 2 questions for each city, then we'll go macro. Sound good?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me pull up my notes here. And where is it? I've got so many things. Here we go. Fort Lauderdale. I want to know. Now, I gave everybody here the set lists from previous years. And the reason why I did that is because
October 7th, 96. That's the last.
so there's a lot of shows for each city here. Obviously, Lauderdale only had the 2, but the reason why I gave you guys all those set lists is because Mike McCready told us on this show that Ed likes to dip into the set list archives for each city when making a set list for that city anew.
I was going to mention that. Yeah.
Trying not to repeat things. So the 2 questions that I have are, what do we think is going to open each show in each city based on what's been happening before, and what deeper cut will each city receive? So let's go around the horn, and then we're going to bring in a guest who will be going to Fort Lauderdale, and we'll get his take. All right?
Cool.
So who wants to go first?
Okay,
What's
I got a
gonna
good one
open?
for Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, go ahead.
Noticing that the last 2 shows, 96 they opened with Sometimes, 2016 they opened with Go.
Yes,
Those are both album openers.
that's true.
So I say they do that again. I say Eddie looks at this and goes, "Hey, that's number 1 and that's number 1." So which one do they do? I'm gonna go with some of my Instagram feedback and say they open with Last Exit.
I love it.
Love it.
I love it. John, what do you say?
You know, there's what I think's going to happen, and then there's what I hope is going to happen. And this is going to rob some of Shihan's thunder, I think. But he and I have talked about this. I feel like a great way to honor Dark Matter, to continue to honor it, is to open with Upper Hand. Come out with something totally new, sets the vibe. I think that would just be Yeah, and there's a couple of songs. I think that and Setting Sun could be great openers, and they would be in a place where they can't cut them, which is, having done the Australia tour, both of those songs were cut at different points. So when you put them first, you're unlikely to cut them. So
there you go. Paul, what do you think would open Fort Lauderdale?
Did you have a follow-up there?
No. I was just going to say, I think open the first show with something from Dark Matter and then something classic.
Yeah, makes sense.
Wash.
Cool.
Those are sound choices, gents. The Last Exit one I thought was interesting, only in the sense that in '96 that was the second track from the show, right? So it'd be interesting that if you were at '96, you're like, Last Exit, that was the second song. Now it's the first song. I don't think they go in either one of those directions. I think that Eddie thinks long and hard about what's been going on the past couple of months, and they open with Long Road.
God damn it, Paul!
We all walk the long road because that's.
Why did I let you go first? Carry on.
You asked, I deliver.
Nice.
No, is that all you got? You don't want to steal more of my talking?
I mean, I got stickers if you want one of those.
If you donate to Autism Speaks, by the way, you'll get a sticker pin pack.
Well,
by the way, we've got guitar picks now.
Oh, I want one of those.
Look at this, huh?
Very nice. Shameless plugs.
I happen to know Mike.
Drop one of those suckers in the mail for me. No, better yet, give one to Shihan in person. Shihan can send one to me in the mail.
Postage is on you, Shihan. I like Long Road too. They played I Got Shit in '96. They did not play Long Road in either show. We've been on a long road. I agree with Paul. So I like Long Road coming out of the gate of that first Fort Lauderdale show. I want to bring in a friend of the show who's actually on this program in a non-live capacity as part of our ticketing testimonial about a year ago. Mm-hmm. He hails from South Florida. He's going to Fort Lauderdale. It is Ari Oetzer. How's it going, dude?
Hey, fellas. Nice to see you, Jason. Hey, guys. Enjoying listening to you guys discuss all of this. All your theories about what the opening song is going to be Thursday night. Well, I'm going Thursday night. Yes. The venue is about 15 minutes from my house where I'm sitting here. And by the way, it's in Hollywood, Florida, not Fort Lauderdale. In case anyone from South Florida is watching, we get mad about those kind of things. They always say the Heat are playing in South Beach. Oh, they're not. The Heat are playing in City of Miami. It's not South Beach.
Nice.
We're very particular about those things down here.
Yes.
But I was thinking they would open with along the lines of Long Road that you just said, Paul, was something like All Right from Gigaton. I think that'd be a great little song. And it kind of goes with the theme of what's going on in the country the last few months. Hey, it's going to be all right. Let's sit together kind of
You know what, Ari? Like that it has like a pendulum vibe to it. I could see them opening a show.
Okay, see this? This is the shirt from September 23rd in Madison Square Garden this past September, and they opened with Pendulum that night.
All right.
And by the way, let me just say that I this gray hair, it's not there for no reason. I'm freaking old AF, and I was at that 1996 show in Fort Lauderdale.
Yes, outstanding.
Yes, and my wife is sitting back there. She doesn't remember it. She's like, "Are you sure I went with you?" Yes, you went with me.
Ari, I sent you the MP3s. The
you did, recording. And thank you.
Jock memory at all?
I remember it. Yeah, I mean, it was at the old Fort Lauderdale baseball stadium, which doesn't exist anymore. It's where the Inter Miami soccer team has their training facility now. And they had to play there because they were on the Ticketmaster crusade, so they had no venues to play in. They're playing in this crappy minor league baseball stadium where as a little kid, I saw the Yankees in spring training and Reggie Jackson and players like that. I saw Michael Jordan play a spring training game there with the White Sox.
Oh, when he was with the White Sox.
Yeah. And that's where I saw Pearl Jam for the first time. I remember a buddy of mine who went with us. There's four of us who went, and we were sitting in the stands, and we're like, it's not loud enough. So we just said, screw this. And we walked up to the front and wiggled our way up right near the stage so we could be there and watch that show. It was fantastic with, of course, Jack Irons on the drums back then.
That's right.
Yeah. And I still think, he still has my heart as my favorite Pearl Jam drummer from.
Well, I'll tell you what.
No Code.
I got to ask you,
right?
Yield and No Code. Yeah.
Jack played drums on Blood. It was the 23rd song of that set. Do you remember what that sounded like with Jack on the kit?
I just remember it sounded like Rolling Thunder when we got up close.
There you go.
It was great. It was great. And let me just tell you something about how psyched I am about Thursday night. not just because I've been waiting months for this show to happen, not just because for the first time ever I got tickets through the 10 Club lottery, so I'm psyched about that. I didn't have to mortgage the house to buy tickets.
Like last time.
So like last time, exactly, $900 for the show in Madison Square Garden. But so my wife and I are going Thursday night, and I'm super psyched about it. Not just because it's obviously Pearl Jam, but because the venue is amazing, fellas. This is a 6,300 seat, something like that, theater. Okay, it's not an arena. It is an amazing place to see a show. The acoustics are phenomenal. Like we saw Springsteen there, and we thought we had the worst seats in the house, which we did. We were in the very, very, very top row of a 3-level theater. Very, very top row. We went, and it was amazing anyway because the acoustics were so great, and even up there. So anywhere you sit in this place is fantastic. And I've seen Jason Isbell there, and I've seen The Who and the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Counting Crows. And it's
so what you're saying, Ari, is that your wife will actually remember this show this time.
Yes.
Well, you might see Shihan there because Shihan will be.
I will be there
at the show as well.
Are you going to be there?
I'll be there. Yeah.
Awesome. Where do you live? Are you from down here?
Well, I live in Austin, Texas, but I'm flying out tomorrow.
Flying over.
So okay, we got everyone.
No, hold on, Jason. By the way, as a disclaimer, because I saw some commentary came up on the screen a moment ago. There will be no Ticketmaster slander during this programming. Not with Ticketmaster shill Shihan concert pants. That's joining us.
Well, I'm just hoping that I get to hear some of the Dark Matter songs they didn't play in New York. Like I really want to hear.
Oh yeah.
I want to hear "Won't Tell." I want to hear "Waiting for Stevie." I want to hear "Setting Sun." I'm really hoping those three especially get played because really love those songs. I love the whole album, but the ones you didn't get to hear last time are the ones you want to hear this time.
Well, speaking of songs that we have not heard, let's go and go on the horn quickly here and give a take on what we think the deeper cut that's going to get played across these 2 nights in Florida. What's the deepest cut you think we're going to get? Maybe we haven't heard in a while.
I'm hoping for No Way.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, okay.
Great call.
John, I'm going to go with you first.
Really hoping for No Way.
I'm hoping for Sad, and not just because I love the song and I'm chasing it, and Shihan wants it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Eddie actually referenced it in Sydney when he was reading signs. He actually said that he was thinking about putting it on the set for one of the last 2 shows.
Oh, nice.
So it was clearly on his mind.
A great song,
and it's been a while since they played it. So I'm gonna go with Sad, and I think that's a good. I would be very happy with that.
Shihan.
Well, that's what I was going to say because that's what I'm hoping for. But I guess in the spirit of some of the other stuff you guys were talking about recently, I'll throw out Undone.
Nice.
That was on my list as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paul.
Gosh, I'm gonna go Parachutes on this one.
Ooh, I like that.
It's a potential opener too.
That'd be a great opener.
That'd be a great opener. Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with...
I have a friend who'd be very jealous if I saw that.
I would love to see Parachutes.
Yeah.
I want to say that I caught it in 06, but I can't remember. One song that I have seen and would definitely want to see again that I think is apropos for the moment. They've not been able to play it ever because it came out after it came out after the first show, before the second show, but they didn't play it. Let me just double check. Say they didn't play it. They did not play it. So the song I'm thinking of is Grievance.
Okay.
Also on my list.
There you go. It was not played.
Is that considered a deep cut now?
When's the last time you heard it?
I don't know. I guess I remember hearing it often, but you're right. Probably not that much lately.
By the way, all these stats are coming from livefootsteps.org.
Okay.
So I can pull up Grievance here.
Maybe Fenway 2016. The last time I saw it. I think they played it at Fenway 2016, right?
That sounds right. Well, I'm pulling it up right now.
I saw them play Grievance in West Palm, I think in 2000.
Yeah, definitely saw it a couple times in 2000, 2003. Yeah, you're right. It may be a deep
last
cut
time
now.
was Fenway Park. Was last
okay.
time. 2016.
So then
it wasn't nearly.
That's 9 years ago.
That's true. I'd say that's deep cut status then.
Yeah, I was going to say
it has one opener on its ledger. Did not realize it was open to show.
Are you going to both shows in
Yes.
Hollywood, Sheehan?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good for you. I'm so far. I've only had the Thursday night show, but I'm still holding out hope. I'm trying
He's
to figure out a
working on
way
it.
to get to the
Oh.
Saturday night show as well.
I'm
with
sure
a
you'll
couple of
figure it
buddies
out.
of mine.
And at least you
Trying
live
to-
so close too, right? So like there are people
I know.
flying over there now without tickets.
Look, I have two buddies of mine, okay, Ray and Beto, who are like Pearl Jam fanatics, and they didn't get seats for either show, and they're freaking out because it's so awful that we live so close, and they're going to be right here. And these are guys who travel all over the country to see them.
Yeah.
Stay in the groups. Stay in the Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Stay on Ticketmaster Refresh.
They really should have added a third show because the venue's so small. It's not like it's an
Mhm.
arena, you know. It's like it's sold out. It's so fast that it sells out.
Yeah.
Well, Ari, have fun on Thursday, and we're putting out good juju for you on Saturday.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Oh, another song that I think I'd really love to hear is "Swallowed Whole." I've never seen them play that.
Oh, that's a great one.
Wouldn't that be
Favorite
good
on
to
Lightning
hear?
Bolt. Yep.
That's one of those songs that kind of gets lost in the shuffle, but when you hear it, you're like, "Wow, this is a great song. Why don't they play this?"
Lightning bolt. Yeah.
True.
That was they played it in 2016 in Florida.
And I missed both of those shows. They played in Sunrise and in Miami at the
Oh,
Panthers Arena and the Heat Arena, and I was out of town, missed both shows. So
Now you know. Never book vacation until you know if Pearl Jam's playing.
yeah, exactly. Or incorporated in your vacation, like
There
I've
you
done
go.
twice in the last couple of years.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
That also works out well.
All right, Ari. Thank you.
All right, guys, rock
Talk
on.
soon.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Take care.
Ari.
See you
Later.
Thursday.
You guys.
See ya. Have fun.
All right, let's move on to Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Do April 29th, May 1st. All right, Paul, opening song. What do you think's gonna happen?
Let me look at my stats here. Let's see. So based on the last times, the couple times they played here,
Opened Why Go twice and released 3
yeah.
times.
Released 3 times. Yeah.
So I don't know. Either you say it's obviously gonna happen, or you say no, they've done it.
I don't think they go back to the well again. I mean, it is Georgia, but they played it, 6 different venues from Piedmont Park to Phillips Arena,
Yep.
Fox Theater. So I feel like they could do something again that they've already done, and it would still feel fresh. So when Mike says, "Hey," I look at the set, Eddie looks at the set list and kind of curates it based on what they played in the past. But what happens if you're in a city? Because we didn't ask Mike this, you know what I mean? What happens if you're in a city and they've played at multiple venues? Is it based on venue or just based on city? You know what I mean? I don't know. So I would say, I think it would be interesting if they opened up a show here in Atlanta with something off of No Code. So I'm gonna go with Sometimes for this one.
Okay.
I like that.
I like that.
They haven't played sometimes? They have
Not in
Okay,
Atlanta.
great. Cool. Right on. Never played it in Atlanta. I like that. Shihan.
For an opener, I mean, I was kind of gonna go with saying, okay, look, they will just stay true and do it again. I'm thinking, I mean, what, 5 out of 6 of these are 10.
Yeah.
I say, why not? I say they'll do release again, at least one of the nights.
John.
Well,
So I'm looking at this. So if the last time they played there was 2012, they've missed Lightning Bolt, they've missed Gigaton, they've missed Dark Matter, and they've done some upbeat openers and Why Go, Hail Hail. I'm gonna go something out of nowhere. I'm gonna go with Lightning Bolt as an opener.
Ooh. Can you
okay.
imagine him walking up?
That I think it'd be awesome. I'd love to
That'd be
see.
nice.
So, just an overarching statement on openers. I don't think they're going to open with any song more than maybe twice on this tour.
I
think
agree.
with nothing else planned for the year, I think they're gonna stretch out. And that was
Keep
that we
it
know
fresh.
of, John.
that we know of.
You know,
Yeah,
you never
that
know
we know
what's
of.
out there.
We're hoping.
All right, I'm gonna tick 2
Good
boxes with this one stone here. I'm gonna tick the next box as well, and that song is "Wash." Have not played it ever in Atlanta. It's old school. Obviously, as Shihan said, they've played a lot of old school, a lot of 10 era stuff across these shows in Atlanta. and I think it's a deep cut that doesn't get played all that much. So I'm gonna go wash for my opener of one of these shows and a deep cut. So let's go back around. Let's go snake style, John. Deep cut.
Deep cut. What else is on my list here? I'm gonna go all or none.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh.
That was
I'm gonna
on
go
my
all or none.
Instagram survey too.
Was it now?
Yeah.
I don't read any of your Instagram stuff. You know, none at all. No inspiration whatsoever.
Good. Yeah.
Gian.
I'm gonna go WMA.
Oh, that would be great.
Ooh, yes. And Paul and I have been talking about this. Like the fact that that song has not really been played at all since George Floyd is crazy. Like it's in their ethos to do that, to play a song like that. And aside from when Stuverud came out in Oakland,
That's what I was gonna. Yeah, wasn't that after that? That
I'm
was in
saying
20.
besides that, we haven't seen it.
Okay. So only once, you mean?
Sorry, yeah, I didn't mean to say that it
Okay.
hasn't been played. Just like
Okay, yeah.
we
'cause it has
thought
been
that we'd
playable,
see
yeah.
it semi-regularly.
True.
Consider,
True.
it's a great shout, Paul.
I'm going to go Love Boat Captain.
Ooh, it did open
Mm.
that show in what 2010, 2003 opened.
3, yeah.
That was my thought for opener, but I pivoted to
It's
sometimes.
I mean,
deep
listen, I love that as an opener. Okay,
It's a great opener.
Let's do. By the way, hi Laura and Julie and Reese and who else is in here right now? Jason, Abby was here before. Hi everybody, send your comments and your thoughts as we go. Let's go now to New Orleans. One show, Jazz Fest.
Mhm.
Now these are tricky because these are generally kind of greatest hitsy, and they're generally maybe a few songs shorter. And we saw, John, you said it was what 5 to 7 p.m. is the time slot for
5
them.
to 7. Yeah.
Is this year? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and they've played Jazz Fest before twice, like I said. And if we look at our spreadsheets here,
Can I just say how awesome of an opener State of Love and Trust?
I
would be?
know.
I mean,
That's
that's
nuts.
wild. That would just
And
set
then
the
Arms
place on fire.
Aloft second.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oof.
Yeah, that's
That
a
was
crazy
those
set list.
last those two Jazz Fest set lists are I mean, So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star opening, and then Lucan in 2010. So they pull
gonna
out some
be
weird
good.
shit. God's Dice in 2016, Sirens in Hiding of the Earth. I mean, they were kind of all over the map.
Mm-hmm.
Tremor Christ in 2010, Kick Out the Jams closed it. So you could kind of say anything.
Yeah.
What do you think's going to open, John?
Oh boy, I was just thinking about that.
You can say whatever you want.
Oh, I'm gonna go with a little nod back to the Australia tour when they had the shortened set in the Gold Coast. They opened with the kind of the old school shorter corduroy, and it was a perfect throwback. I think they'll go something like that, something upbeat, keep it a little bit taut so they can keep it moving, get as many songs in there. So I'm gonna go corduroy.
Okay. Shihan?
I think this one's going to seem a little less adventurous, but I think the way they want to kick off the energy, I'm just going to go ahead and say they'll open with Why Go.
Love it. Love it.
That was my pick. So I'm going to
Really?
pick now, right? Yeah,
Okay.
for the same reason. It's like it's a festival. You just want to hit the ground running.
Exactly.
All right. I'm going to go in the opposite direction. We're going to open with Of the Girl.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love that because I want to will that to happen because that's just a great opener. We've seen it a couple of times, Paul, you and I together, actually, in LA. And
It's groovy, though. I could see that at Jazz Fest.
Mm-hmm. That's a
gonna-
great point.
I'm
I've
gonna
seen it as
get-
the opener, too.
yeah. I'm going to go
42
way off the rails
times, I
here.
think.
I'm going to go with Black.
Black
Mm.
as an
Open with
opener.
Black.
Fascinating.
They opened
know-
Seattle, too, with Black last year.
Yep.
And it was like the first time since 94 or something, I think.
Someone who would know that is Rob Bleetstein from Pure Jam Radio. What do you think, Rob?
Ah.
I don't know if Think is happening after this weekend.
How are you,
Rob,
Rob? Good
sir.
to see you.
Hi, everybody. Happy 422.
Still
Happy
recovering.
422.
Yeah. What's going on?
Chilling.
Well, we're talking. We got two questions here we're posing for these shows. What do you think? What do you think is a song that will open one of the shows in each city, and what deep cut do you think will come out in each city? And because
Why are you optimistic?
optimistic?
Each city, huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
each city.
True.
Each city gets a breakout.
Yeah, why not?
Good point.
Well, okay, so what does breakout
two
mean?
shows.
Wait, what does breakout mean though in a tour like this?
Well, I didn't say breakout. I said
Oh.
deep cut.
Oh,
That
deep
they
cut.
will break out. Sorry.
Okay.
So any
Okay.
song that hasn't been played in a while, what do you think's gonna pop out in New Orleans?
Oh, New Orleans.
Yeah, it's a festival, but
I
they've
know
got
it's
weird-
great. Wait, it's got great history of great
Mhm.
covers, and
Mhm.
them playing like when they played there the first time and opened up with Rock and Roll Star. You're like,
Mhm.
yeah.
How
Am I
about
the
Summer
only
in
one
the
here
City?
that wants them to cover like a Better Than Ezra song in New Orleans?
Don't see
Well,
that happening.
Some Dr. John, maybe.
And then in '16 when they had Big Sam and other horn people out there, they played a Who song.
Huh?
So
Mm.
They should have Steve Earle come out.
see there.
That'd be cool. So what do you think? What song do you think is going to open one of the shows? Give me a deep cut.
Hard to imagine.
Oh,
Is it an
nice
open or is it
call.
deep cut?
Open.
Open. Love it.
Yeah.
Bold. I like it. Like my coffee.
Thursday.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wrong city. Wrong city.
Florida. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'd be a good way to kick everything off, considering everything.
Yes. Concur. Paul, did you give me your deep cut for NOLA?
I did not. I'm gonna go with Masters of War. I'm gonna cover Shabab on
Ooh.
that one.
Ooh.
I like that.
Love that.
Shihan.
I'm gonna go with one they have not played at any of the NOLA shows and say that they finally do Dirty Frank.
Oh,
Get out of town. That's a
Time.
call.
It's time.
All right. John.
Can I go with a cover
Sure.
I just
Yeah.
did.
as a deep cut? Oh, yeah. There you go. Let's go with "Throw Your Hatred Down" by Neil Young.
Yes.
Good call.
Well,
Yes.
Good one.
Little throwback to Mirrorball. I think that would be an upbeat, good cover. A little change up from Free World.
They did that Missoula, right? 2018.
Yes.
18. Yeah.
New Orleans is hard because, as I was explaining, Rob, one Mike McCready told us how Eddie likes to look back at prior set lists and try and avoid some songs when coming up with new set lists. So we're looking at all these shows, and New Orleans has 12 previous performances. So it's like, oh, holy shit. So you're looking through all these things.
No, wow.
12 times.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah. 93, 95.
They played, actually, there was a one song performance in 91, and then they played Lollapalooza in 92. And then, actually, they played twice in the span of a week and a half in 92. And then there's three famous shows in 93. But, I'm looking through here, and a song they haven't played in a long time, I think, is Tremor Christ. So They played
Nice.
it back in 93, 95. And I think that'll come back out.
Nice.
They,
Jazz
played,
Fest?
they played it there in 2010.
Did they?
Yes, in the encore.
Yes, they did.
Fuck. Well, there you go. They'll play it again.
Hey, it could happen.
I even had the notes in front of me. Okay, let's do. Who hasn't gone? Anybody have not gone? Have we all done NOLA? Okay, great.
I think we
Good
did.
talk. Let's do Nashville. I think
what time?
Rob, you're going Nashville? Yeah.
I'm going to
right?
Nashville.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet. See you there.
Shihan's going to
All right.
Nashville. I'm going to Nashville.
I'll be there.
So let's go around the horn. Rob, opening track. What song do you think will open in one of the shows there in Nashville?
Oh God. I don't know. I don't have the luxury of looking at the other ones.
Did I not share it with you? I'm sorry.
No,
Well, previous openers.
yeah,
are
you
sometimes-
you have access to that?
I do.
Offhand?
Sometimes Oceans, Corduroy, Nothing Man. Those are the previous four openers.
Corduroy was the third.
And-
match.
and that
They should do
includes
those four.
Third
They
Man
should do
records.
those four in a row.
That'd be sweet.
John, what do you think? Opener.
I'm gonna go with whichever one they didn't, whichever Dark Matter song they didn't play from the two I said for Florida. So I'm gonna go with I'll go with Setting Sun for that one.
Oh, setting something
As an opener. Wow.
Yeah, as an opener.
Okay. John, what
Change
did
it up.
you say?
I'm going to. Well, with the exception of Corduroy, they've always opened with something a little slower. So I'm going to borrow from one of my Instagram responses and, or no, I'm going to borrow from what John and I talked about earlier and say Upper Hand opening Nashville.
I like it.
Paul. I would love an Upper Hand opener.
I agree.
There is one song that would fit perfectly in this city as an opener, and that song is Crazy Mary.
Ooh.
As an opener.
Oh, yeah.
I believe the last time it opened was MSG2 in New York City in 2003.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I remember that.
Nice.
Were you also there? Because I was there.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I only went to the
weren't
first.
you
Oh, only
No, I
'cause
went to the first one.
I just remember walking out the night before going, we're supposed to come back here tomorrow.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Do that.
We walk in the door, we're all tired, like, holy shit. Crazy Mary. That's a great call. I like that.
A great all or none that night.
Mm.
There you go. They're going to open one of the nights in Nashville with that.
I like that. I like that.
We'll love that.
I'm going to say.
That goes with the vibe, too.
I think Of the Girl is a great shout. If it doesn't get played, Paul, you said it somewhere, didn't you?
I thought it would get played in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. I think
or Hollywood, Florida. I don't know.
Has a real Bluebird Cafe kind of vibe to it. So I'm gonna say that. Rob's laughing at me. No good.
All good.
Let's go with Deep Cut. Deep Cut in Nashville. What do you think, Paul?
A deep cut in Nashville.
Deep Cut. This is where you're a little hamstrung, Rob. So you'll just have to kind of go off of your.
I know where I'm going.
Encyclopedic memory.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Got Some.
And that's been played a couple of times in the last year.
Yeah, I played at LA1 last year.
Which was strange. And Ohana.
And they played it, I believe, once in Australia.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I like the Backspacer shout.
Is
John, what
it
do you
a
think?
deep cut then? Wait, John or Shion?
John.
John.
I'm gonna go with Getaway.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice
I love
song.
the comeback. That's a great song.
Yeah, it's a great song. It's very underplayed, high energy. I think it would fit the bill really nicely.
By the way,
Good
Jason,
call from Jason there with
yeah,
Around the Bend. I would love to
my-
hear
That's my song.
Love
Is
it.
that was that your choice?
No,
That's what we were
no,
predicting in LA.
No, I'm
LA
saying
too,
that's my
remember,
song.
Paul?
Mhm.
Oh, that's just your song.
That's my song.
I do. Yeah. was hoping.
Reese says Pendulum and Release for Nashville. Fine by me.
Good calls.
And Laura says Given to Fly with visuals was awesome, or Do the Evolution with visuals. Term Request, one of my favorites. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Agreed. I'm gonna
So-
go ahead. Go ahead. Rob.
Oh, I don't want to interrupt. You probably covered this. Well,
no,
are
you
they?
go. Please.
Are
Go
they?
for it.
They're doing. It's the same thing. They're doing the light show and thing on this.
Yeah.
Right? It's just a continuation of.
As far as I'm aware, we've
Yeah.
not heard anything to the contrary.
Right. These. I mean, the arenas. There's no seats behind the stage. Right.
I haven't even looked.
Assumed.
Tickets sold on this tour.
That's
Shion
right.
would
That's
know.
like that's exactly right. Yeah, there have been no tickets sold
Okay, so
behind.
it's the same- it's the
At
same
least it's
thing.
never
Yeah.
available. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Deep Cut for me. They actually played all night in 2022. That's pretty cool. Let's go with. They played MFC twice, so they're not going to play that. I don't think. But have they played? I'm going to go In Hiding. It's a kind of a deep cut. It's kind of a deep cut. Not as common. Rob, what do you
would
think?
Well, stuff like this only gets played once or maybe twice a tour. You know,
Yeah.
because the tours are not that long, and yeah, the older stuff, it seems to rotate in and out, and you get it a couple. I've also missed the last several In Hiding, so
See?
it hits.
Hopefully we get
It's
them
good
there. Yeah.
juju. Good juju, Rob.
Yeah.
John, what were you gonna say? I think I cut you off.
I was just gonna say I feel like In Hiding would be an incredible opener.
Oh my god.
Oh, good
there's a
shout.
couple.
Opener, closer, and encore in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a song like that, or even Dissident, just like the way those songs, they're kind of
Criminally
mid-tempo, but they
underplayed
start.
last year.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they'd be fantastic.
Shihan, have we said yours?
No, we have not. And I think I would love to see a tribute back to the Third Man Records set and see Of the Earth happen.
Ooh,
Cool.
Stole my deep cut, but that's exactly it. It's like
Yeah.
they need to play it for the common people who couldn't get in the third.
Exactly.
They just need to play it.
They
I
totally
put the
need
record
to
on
play
over
it.
there, and then I closed my eyes and I dreamed like I was there, and that's as close as I'll get to that moment. So that was yours too, yeah, Rob, Of the Earth.
Yeah, even
I like
even though it's been played in the city,
Yeah, but it was Third
it
Man.
deserves to come back out.
it's
Yeah.
a questionable count.
I'm fine with it. Abby says, "Dude, I miss Gigaton." Yeah. Well, you know what? We'll probably get. I think you could actually consider that to be a deep cut in a way because you get like one every 4 or 5 shows now from that record. Because
Gigaton, yeah.
understandably so, but like, yeah, you pull out a Whoever Said or something like that. It's all right, cool.
I could see on this tour, given the state of affairs, I could see a little bit more Gigaton being played.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more 7 o'clock.
How about a little
A
inside
little more
job?
quick escape too.
Julie wants to
Inside
hear
job.
some inside job.
I want to hear Inside Job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
All those are
actually
good
missed
ones.
that.
good call.
Okay, let's do.
I want to hear Worldwide Suicide.
Yes.
Ah,
Hey, you know what? Let's go to Raleigh, North Carolina, and let's start with deep cut. Rob, what do you want to do for deep cut in Raleigh? Boot and Raleigh.
Wait, hold on. Fuck. Present tense.
That's not a deep cut.
That's
Come on.
I don't know. You get again. That's something that'll be played once or twice in a 12-show span, probably. So it's becoming one.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't either. Just like In Hiding shouldn't be considered one either.
All right,
that's a
I have to
good
give it
point.
to you because you gave me In Hiding. Shihan, deep cut for Raleigh, North Carolina. Have not had a show since 03.
well, and it's not just that they haven't had a show since 03. They were supposed to have had a show and it got canceled. And
Yep.
not because of COVID, right? Like
Mhm.
it got canceled. So I think they're going to. I think energy is going to be really, really high in Raleigh.
Mhm.
So I'm going to go with Blood.
Whoa.
Nice. Which I was shocked they played the last time.
Get the
I was-
tincture out. Get the honey for the
Yeah.
throat. Good gravy. All right, I'm down with that.
I think
John, what do you
Raleigh gets Blood.
I'm gonna go with
Tonight, Raleigh gets blood.
Raleigh gets Blood.
It's a red state.
I'm gonna go with All Those Yesterdays.
Ooh, Paul's favorite.
Okay.
Love that.
Big fan of that one.
I was gonna say Crop Duster, but they played it in 03.
That show was so wild.
But see, like, I think that would be a good reason to do it again, right? Like a little throwback to, hey, we haven't been here in 22 years. Let's.
Well, I'll tell you guys something. So in that show in 2003, the PA system like cut out, and you basically could not hear "Help, Help," and then it came back on in the middle of "Given to Fly."
Paul, what do you have?
Paul have a uke.
My prediction is that Eddie comes out with a uke. He comes out with a uke and he does this. Sorry is the man who traded his soul for a Corvette.
Nice.
Paul has never sung on this show before.
For good reason. For good reason.
And
Love
will
it.
he again?
You know, I'm gonna say state of North Carolina. There's a couple of famous army bases in that state. They love the military. I'm going to Army Reserve.
Ooh.
Ah.
Hasn't
thought
been
about
played
that.
because they haven't played it because they haven't been there since the song was created. So I'm saying
I've-
Army Reserve.
And I would just say that they've kind of had Avocado on their minds the last year or so. Like they keep cycling a lot of those songs. And I feel like that would be another one to pull. That and Parachutes, like you were saying, Paul. I think
Yeah.
we could see
Parachutes would
those.
be great.
Rob is champing at the bit.
I'm just I'm a big Avocado fan. So
Me too.
any of it.
Me too.
Okay. Did everybody have a chance there? Everyone got to take right. Okay, let's do let's go in snake order again. Rob, what song is going to open one of those shows? And I'll tell you previously.
Raleigh?
Yep.
In Raleigh, yeah.
Sometimes and Release are the two other openers. We don't have the set list for 92. You kind of have pick of the litter here.
I know. I think they'll one out of either of the. There's 2 nights there. This is
There are 2.
Mhm.
okay. I think they'll get a long road out of one of them.
All right. I'm liking Braden's answer.
Yeah, so that creeped up once,
Baltimore.
right? In the last,
Yeah,
and
Baltimore.
then
That'd be very cool.
They played it really well too.
It
That was
sounds
good.
better now than it did when I first heard it 20,
absolutely.
2 years ago.
when are they learning all these songs we want them to play?
I know.
Now, Rob. Now. They've
They
had 4
relearned
months.
Unemployable in like a day for Austin 2.
Yeah.
Well,
2
for
years
what
ago.
it's worth, when we talked to Mike, he said he had to go relearn all of Dark Matter. Okay.
Each of them do their homework at home, and then they go
Hey,
to the warehouse
if,
and they.
if your names weren't written on the screen here, you all just wait.
Well, luckily we don't have to learn the songs; they do.
Yeah.
John, what's going to open one of the shows in Raleigh, North Carolina?
I think they'll go with something traditional, like a traditional opener one of the nights, and I'm going to go Given to Fly.
Oh,
for one of
nice.
the nights as well.
I like it. Shihan.
Along the lines of going traditional, I think one of the nights, perhaps the first, they get Elderly Woman opener. My God, it's been so long.
Oh, That's
Never
the winner right there.
dreamed we'd return.
Yep, that's the winner. I like that. Mm-hmm. Paul, what do you think?
That's what I had. I had Elderly Woman.
Really?
Nice.
I like that. It's a great answer. I like Reese's too. Garden opening. That's been a really cool opener this last tour and a half. I'm gonna go Why Go. I don't know why, but I'm gonna go with Why Go. It just feels like there's gonna be intention about those 2 shows. Something about being in that state with the state of things. I don't know why. It just feels. I mean, these are all southern states, but something about North Carolina. I don't know. All right. Last stop is Pittsburgh, PA.
Mm-hmm.
May 16th and 18th. So they have not played there since 2013. They have played there how many times before? Is it 8 times before? 9 times before? So lots to choose from here as far as openers are concerned. Even Flow, Release, Even Flow, Elderly Woman, Go, Release, Pendulum. But since they haven't played there in 12 years, there's a lot of new openers they could go with, some newer songs. What do you think, Paul?
What are we going to open with, or?
Yep. What are you going to open with? What are they going to open with?
Can't Keep was my previous answer, but I'm going to change it. I think that they're going to open with Low Light.
Oh,
Great
nice.
shout. Great shout. Rob.
Yeah, I'm trying to think industrial.
A little KMFDM.
What are they going to open with in Pittsburgh? I think they're going to open with Given the Fly in Pittsburgh.
Nice.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
I like Julie's answer.
Second
I'm
night.
gonna go with Julie's answer. Last exit.
Okay.
John, what do you think, John?
Oh, let's see.
Ooh,
There you
Reese. Coming in hot, Reese.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Ga-doom-goom.
So my experience now with these tour closers, with Sydney and just opening the vault and having tour debuts everywhere, I think they could go all over the place. But I guess I'll go Sometimes.
Nice.
Cool.
Pittsburgh.
I think we've said it once. You know what's funny? So far, no one has said Release for any of these shows, and it's going to open at least one of them. Is that your answer, Shihan?
I thought I went with Release for one of the Atlanta shows because they'd done it 3 times. Yeah.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. You did.
But no,
Well,
my prediction for Pitt, at least for the first one, May 16th, as it is the 25th anniversary of Binaural.
Yep.
I think they will open with Breaker Fall and tease all of us into thinking they're doing the album, but then not do it.
I love it.
They did that.
They did exactly.
They did it.
But I think there'll just be so much buzz around. It's the 25th anniversary. Are they going to do it? They'll open with Breaker Fall, maybe even God's Dice, and then be like, "Gotcha."
What was the where was the show where they started playing Vitalogy a couple of songs in? They played like Last Exit, and then they played
And Spin the Black.
Spin the Black, and I think you even might have put out there like, holy shit, are they gonna play? Because it was around the time of the 30th anniversary. It was last November, and it must have been in Sydney or something like that.
Yeah.
And they faked this up.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I did talk about that. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
It was during Sydney.
What did I say? I said last exit. Everybody gone for an opener? Okay, deep cut. John, what do you think is going to be the deep cut in Pittsburgh?
I'm also on my list from Lost Dogs is Fatal.
Oh,
I'm looking for that one.
that would be cool.
That was a popular one on Instagram on the survey.
Paul.
Oh, this one is tough. I'm gonna go with Driven to Tears.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Rob, what do you think?
Get Right.
That song has
Yes.
not been played
Since 2003.
Yes.
Nice.
There were a lot of requests for that one too.
July, actually, the show that we were at, July 9th at the Garden, 2003 was the last time.
Really?
7,958 days. Yeah,
Wow.
that's a long freaking time. Why don't you have time to learn it? Who cares? Just learn it. It's like one note.
Wow.
Let's do it, man. I love it.
Hey, I'm gonna throw a bonus deep cut in here because they have to play at this tour with everything. But Green Disease.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
That's got
Good one.
That's got to be.
Didn't
in there.
they kind of stumble through that in like Fort Worth or Chicago in 23?
I want to say they did.
I think they did somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Shihan, deep cut for Pittsburgh.
You know, because we're on the last show and I haven't said it any other shows, I've just been hoping that at some point this tour they bring out Sleeping by Myself because I love that song. And he even plays it on the uke. So when Paul brought it out, I was thinking, oh, okay, yeah, like Sleeping by Myself would be sweet. I don't know if Chloe Crown is a deep cut, but I've had a theory that that tour closers generally have Chloe Crown, which I really like as a tradition. I think it's a really good tribute back to Andy and Mother Love Bone.
I'm liking Jason's answer here. Marker in the Sand. It's an
Good
Apricot
one.
song.
I like
Yeah,
that.
That'd be a great
Yeah,
one.
man. Yeah.
That'd be a solid one. I'm gonna go with it's never been played in Pittsburgh across those many shows, and that song is Alone.
Mm.
So I'm gonna go with Alone. And I feel like they do bust that out once a tour. So why not?
They played it the last show in Sydney.
There you go.
Nice.
All right.
I saw it in Oklahoma a few years ago.
Who anybody hasn't gone yet? Everyone's okay. Good. So we're good. We've done all that. All right. So now I want to go big picture. What song is going to open the most shows? What's it going to be? Chat, get in there. Tell us what you think. What song will open the most shows across these 11? Which means probably 2 or 3 performances. What do we think?
If they repeat openers.
If they repeat, assuming that they repeat.
For Rob's point.
Because we're right.
John, what do you think? What's the song?
What I'd like to see, I'd love to see Upper Hand twice. I
Mhm.
feel like that one would be one I'd love. It'd be new, it'd be something fresh, and be a great representation of Dark Matter. So I'm gonna go that one.
Braden says 11 different. He agrees with
11
Rob.
different openers, yeah.
Reese says Release is the only one with repeat with 2. I think I'll agree with Reese that it'll be Release. Paul, what do you think?
I don't think they repeat one. I think it's a different one. every
11
show.
different.
Well,
Shihan,
here's a spin on that question, right?
okay.
The European leg last year,
Uh-huh.
the second US leg, and the Australia leg. The first show of every leg had a Given to Fly opener.
Wow.
So that happened again.
Ah.
And so the first show of all 3 legs of those had a Given to Fly opener, and it had special graphics of that city.
Right.
So
This is true.
does Florida get that treatment on Thursday?
Who was so it was Missoula, Barcelona, and Chicago, right?
No, it was Missoula, Dublin,
Dublin. Sorry.
and then New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Auckland,
Sorry.
Yep.
Auckland, thank you.
Because Porch got special graphics.
And so all 3 of those were Given to Fly openers with visuals of the city.
Interesting. Okay.
So do they repeat that?
Anybody think so? Who? Raise your hands. Who's gonna say that it's all unique? Every show is unique. Okay. And so, Rob, what was your answer? What's gonna be the song that repeats the most?
2 Long Roads.
I like that. I like that show. What was the rest of the chat think?
I feel like I'm in Vegas.
Give me two long roads. Yeah.
Give me 2 long roads and 50 on Daddy's Little Gangster. I don't know what the fucking name of a horse is. Let's do which city's gonna have the most fun combined set lists?
Oh, okay.
Jazz
Man.
Fest.
That's not
not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. Jazz Fest.
or not included in the question because it's only one.
No, it's included.
Well, that's fair.
I would love for that. But looking at the past set list, I mean, that would be hard to top.
That's what I'm saying. They have been very fun at Jazz Fest, which is interesting because usually at festivals it's a little bit more down the middle, you know.
Yep.
Most fun. I'm hoping it's Nashville, since I'll be at one of those. That's a fun city. And there's the history with Atlanta. Pittsburgh's the last city.
I feel like it usually goes with closers, right? So like it would be Pitt in this case.
Like
The way Austin 2 was in 2023, right? The way Ohana was last year in the United States. And we talk about a combined set list.
And Sydney was great
Those
as
two
well.
Ohana shows.
So maybe it's Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I would 100% say Pittsburgh. I
Mhm.
would not want to miss those shows.
Braden says the exact same thing because he's going to them. So
Nice.
Braden,
Good call, Braden.
I'm hoping for you that they are the most fun. Here's an easy one. Will got to give you
good
played.
question. Good
The
question.
answer to that is obviously yes.
It better be yes.
It'll be yes because Mike's going to sit down. Ed's going to give him the playlist, and he's going to look at it and he's going to say, "The State of Love and Trust guys were asking if we were going to." I mean, I think we should slip it in, Ed. What do you think?
So Paul,
He's going to be like, "Ooh."
Who are those guys?
And he's
Paul,
going
do
to
you
call.
think
He's
they're-
going to call Rob, and Rob's, the two Utes. The two Utes. Which two Utes? I don't know. If their names aren't on the screen, I don't know
Well-
who the hell they are.
Well, what'll happen is State of Love and Trust will end up on the set list and be like, "What? You told me you wanted the like."
I got
That's what you said.
confused.
Yeah.
do you think they'll complete Dark Matter then? In this leg, 11 shows.
Ooh, fun extra question.
Didn't they do that the first night?
With
It was
Well,
like
they didn't do Stevie.
I think it was within three.
It was
or
like
four
9 of
shows.
11 that first night or something.
Yeah, they did that.
I think
But
Stevie was the lone
they've really-
holdout.
They
Yeah.
backed way off it in Australia though.
They did. Well, here, this is going to dovetail into, I think, the penultimate question, and it's going to get a little heavy. Actually, no, hold on. Let's do this, and then we'll do like a palate cleanser. How will those Dark Matter songs feel now that the Trump administration is doing all of these things? Because Ed likes to react to stuff and respond to stuff. So, what do we make of these new songs now that we've gotten past an election and past an inauguration, and we're like 60 days in or 70 days into whatever the hell this is? Who wants to tackle this one first?
I think it just supercharges the performances. I don't think it turns into a pulpit or a soapbox. I think Ed is. I think he. They made a great record, and I think the music really speaks for itself.
Mhm.
And I could see Ed saying some things. I mean, he's the type of individual who's not afraid to speak his mind. But I don't necessarily see it being like a tour necessarily of just going on diatribes over and over and over again.
Which
I
is
feel
why
like-
I said, how will the music feel?
That's why,
Because-
that's what I mean.
yeah.
I think it's going to supercharge the
All right.
songs, the performances.
I wasn't here for the Florida stuff, right?
No.
They're playing Bush Leaguer in Florida.
Somebody, hold on, let me go find it. Who was it that said something similar to that effect? I'm going to go back and find it. Talk amongst yourselves. The Partridge
Talk
family,
amongst-
Just-
neither Partridge nor family. Discuss.
It's time to impale some more mass on my
Here it is. Here it is. Reese, I'd love a Bush Leaguer resurrection.
There we go.
There you go. You might get it in Florida, according to Rob.
Now, Ed is not a stranger to changing the words of songs either. Could you see him redoing Bush Leaguer? Just
I mean,
Like,
Nah, you wouldn't have to. You just
play as is.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's been known to change words. I feel like there are still a couple of Gigaton songs that are, Quick Escape might get a couple of plays.
Yeah.
7 o'clock might get a couple of plays that
Well,
ordinarily
yeah,
might not have.
I would think so. It did.
You know,
last time.
I've thought about that in terms of the covers also, right? Like, are we going to see more of the
I'm a
people
Patriot.
have the powers and give me some truths and know your rights, and like will the covers kind of take on that flavor a little more? But I think to answer the question, right, like the Dark Matter songs are going to feel wonderful, and that's why we're all going to go, and we're going to feel wonderful at these shows, right? Because that's what they do. But yeah, I just wonder if covers will take a 2003 turn.
I need to highlight what Braden said, which is funny. An orange-skinned plausibility of life. Yes, well.
I will say that Fortunate Son from Raleigh in 2003 with Slater Kinney joining, that was pretty great.
Another popular 2003 cover, right?
Yep.
I saw that in Buffalo in 03.
They played that one a lot. Yeah. Ed will say some stuff. He won't not. I recall. I think it was in Baltimore. He talked about the bullying before they played "Given to Fly," right? Maybe it was in New York. And then was it Vegas? He talked about the Chiefs punter. Mm-hmm. So if every day there's a new thing, so I would not be surprised if he had something to say at least a third of these shows. Not like a diatribe, but like something, maybe a little tongue in cheek because he likes to round the edges a little bit on some of this stuff.
I think he'll try and balance it with some hope too. I think he's
that's where I was going. That's where I was going with it, because that's kind of been where the last couple of records have been. It's like you can't just be. I mean, look, don't react, respond. And that's kind of been the idea. Like, okay, this shit sucks. And by the way, I don't know if you guys follow John Leguizamo on Instagram. He put together a 7-part Instagram reel of Project 2029, what the response should be, and it's an actual like detailed response of like things that I'm like, this guy's fantastic. But like that's the idea, is like we can't just be pissed about it and just yell into the ether. We got to respond correctly, and I think that will be underpinning so many of these songs. You'll just feel the energy. You might not have to say anything at all, actually. Any other thoughts, anybody? John?
I'm gonna
Rob.
Give me a final Jeopardy thing, because I got to jump and.
Okay. The final Jeopardy is this. Considering Record Store Day, we'll save it for later, or Room at the Top he played.
Ooh. Well, come on, you get to save it for later in every Better Man. So.
Right, I was just gonna say.
Exactly. The question is, though, is a full performance. No? Room at the Top?
Nah, there's no room. There's no room at the top. There's no room for
at the top, at the bottom. All right.
No, I mean, that's just it. I mean, they have, the years go by, they get more and more material, and it's only so much,
Yeah.
They ain't Sturgill Simpson giving you 3.5 hours.
Heck yeah.
It's like,
see Sturgill on Thursday.
Me too.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
By the way, Rob, you like what's on my turntable here?
I can't see Jack.
What is it?
All right.
Oh, is it Chaparral?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. My faves.
Well,
you lucky dog.
I know, it was a great show.
I think we've done any final thoughts from anybody about these 11 shows?
So I'll talk about Got to Give. I think they're going to play it once, just play it and throw it out there again. I think when I saw it in Gold Coast last year, it was so fiery. It was a great Stone feature, and one of the things I love about Dark Matter is it gives Stone like 2-3 more songs that he's really, really prominent on. So I feel like that's a song that fits so well for him, and just to get some more Stone features out there,
I'm down with that.
Yeah. Stone's energy's been great.
Well, guys, thank you all for being here. I do want to remind everybody out there, if I can pull up I have so many different tabs here, you guys would not believe. I want to remind everybody of this. Oops, where is it? Nope, not that. There it is.
The
Shihan,
heavyweight fight.
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, that's literally what it looks like.
So Shihan and I will be in Nashville. We'll be at the Wishlist pre-party doing a live podcast ahead of night 2 in Nashville at 6th and Peabody. It's a distillery. It's a brewery. It's a brouhaha. And we're going to be there, possibly in those shirts, to talk about the Pearl
Are you
Jam.
I hope you're in an enclosed room there.
Hey, this is 2 men enter, 1 man leaves, live from Nashville to determine who hosts with Paul the following week.
Oh, interesting. I like it.
Do I want to lose?
Jason throws the fight.
Everybody, thank you. There's housekeeping, but it's all in the description if you want to donate to Autism Speaks, and possibly win this. This is by the way, if you notice, this is Pearl Jam playing on SNL in '92 on a 45.
Cool.
We can win that, and everybody who donates gets the sticker and pin pack. This stuff, these guys, the pin, and now, Rob, I'll give one to you too. It's a guitar pick. We've got the podcast guitar picks. So if you want to rip,
look at that.
You can rip with us.
I'm gonna need some of those.
I will get you some as well. Also, listener Royce on Instagram mentioned another great autism nonprofit, and that is Autism Self Advocacy Network. So check them out as well. They do great stuff. So thank you for piping in with that, Royce. And
absolutely.
I think that's all we've got. Thank you to Rob for popping in. Thank you to John for making his debut.
Thank you,
Shihan, you're always here, but thank you, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. And Paul,
donate. Autism Speaks. Donate to Wishlist. Buy yourself a tour shirt while you're out there catching the tunes with Pearl Jam.
And I'll be throwing the stickers and pins on Paul's behalf at the podcast, and everybody somehow will have to go behind me on the desk and pick them up. Thanks everybody for being here, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Thanks. Bye.
See you next
Awesome.
You guys.
Take
Bye.
care.
Woo.